It's not a prophecy. It's me doing what I wrote 15 years ago. And you got to understand how this stuff is set up. It's not a prophecy. And there's no angels or, miracles happening to cause this war. This is men. This is men. This is Putin. This is our government. This is a, economy, economic system. This is not angels and demons. This is men that's making shit happen who clearly understand what the Bible says. So if they understand that, why would they be, running towards fulfilling Armageddon? It don't make sense. Why are they working so hard to fulfill Bible prophecy if, they know what's going to happen? Like, think about that. It doesn't make sense. So while you sit there and twiddle your thumb waiting for, Jesus to come back, plans are getting hatched. Agendas are being fulfilled. Jesus ain't coming. And he tell you in the damn book he ain't coming, as I get into. But, the Bible prophecy people, y'all got to stop, man. Because y'all got people out here scared, thinking fucking skies is going to part and Jesus is going to ride on a damn white horse. It's bullshit. Like, tell you in the book he ain't coming. But kingdom of heaven can't be observed. Like he's telling you, I called you guys. Like, just pay attention. It's not going to happen like that. It's, it's an agenda. And as I talked about, everything that's happening is WWE, is all smoke and mirrors, is being played out. Like, if this dude, just think about it. Think about it. If you're going to go and beef with somebody, if you're going to go to war with somebody, why the fuck am I going to have cameras coming to my office and, record me having a conference with the person I'm going to possibly go to war with? They're showing Putin at his table, watching our president on the screen and they talking. What? Come on now. Who does that? That's bullshit. That's for y'all to see. It's for you to see and for you to, they're talking. It's strategy. And who does that, yo? Like, come on. I'm going to do what I want to do. Look, he's done it anyway. We sat there. He talked all his shit. Camilla talked all her shit. Or sanctions. And he's still done it because that's what they're just letting you know what they're going to do. He don't have to talk to these people or say nothing if he knew, what he's going to do. He knew what was going to happen before it happened. Like, it's bullshit. It's smoke and mirrors. It's being played out through the media for you guys to watch so you can prepare yourself and be ready for what's coming. And what's coming it's going to be crazy. So it's like what I said in the video. Like I said, you'll see. And you got to understand what this is going to mean. It's I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all, but it can mean a lot. And I understand, people talk about food shortages. I talked about this in the video. And yeah, so you got to be prepared for just being smart enough to understand, like, dude, if fucking China is in any type of issue, if it's going to be any type of problem with the economy, it's going to affect trade. It's going to affect importing and exporting anything. It's going to be shortages, especially since you're having beef with a country who basically you import, 90% of your shit from. It don't make sense. So again, you got to go back and look when I say that this is an agenda being fulfilled, and just go back to Reagan and just look at Reagan and ask yourself, Reagan, why the hell did you send all of our factories over to China? You don't do something like that. It's not a strategic, smart move to send all of your manufacturing to another country if that country is not already your ally. It don't make sense to do that unless you're in tight. This is bigger than business. Okay, so everything is basically going off like I said it was going to happen, and talked about with the virus, talked about with war, talked about everything. It's just happening. It's not hard to see what's coming. This is why I'm telling you guys, like, it's not going to be what you think. And, we got to really just use common sense on a lot of stuff. And it's stuff they're showing us what they're going to do. They have to show us, always talk about that. They have to tell us. So if you pay attention and look at what they're saying, you can see what's going to happen. So sanctions is not going to be enough. And it's not going to be enough if China does what it does and just go ahead and bails them out. So how does that fit in, with this whole thing? China, this is a big deal. Second, remember, we just completely forgot about the Taliban. What's going to happen with that whole situation? Everybody just forgetting. Taliban just sitting back, was chilling. We just said, fuck it. We gave them back. Taliban's back in. They're also working with China. How is that going to play out? And meanwhile, while this is going on, nobody's paying attention to Iran. Iran has a serious problem with, Taliban in Iraq. So what's going to heat up with that situation? It's a lot. So we're talking about, what could possibly happen. And what they're not talking about. If you're getting all your news from the news, you're stupid. Like you need to get that. Don't get me wrong, but you need to look behind the scenes. If you're watching Al Jazeera, if you're not watching the BBC, you need to watch everything in Europe. You need to look at all this stuff. C-SPAN, understand what other outlets are saying that is not, media controlled or owned by corporations. I should say. But you got to look at YouTube. People post stuff, and it's a lot, a lot out there for you to put the pieces together. But I'm going to do that and let you guys understand. Like I said, I already talked about it. Basically told you what was going to happen. But as far as the prophecy, as I said, I already told you. Of course, it's prophecy. It's prophecy coming true. As far as the biblical sense, like if you want to look at it as far as the story of, well, let's say the esoteric story coming to fruition. That's all it is. It's the behind the scenes prophecy, so to speak, or behind the scenes agenda being fulfilled. Not this whole spooky, fucking magical dude with holes in his hands coming back and shit. Like, stop it. Like, I've just seen enough of it, and it's crazy. And it's all up and down the timeline. The people, it's the end times, and pay attention. But don't want to say too much here. I'll get into this a lot more in the next video. Make sure you guys, as I said, make sure you guys register for Merkabah Academy. There's going to be videos that's going to come out. It's going to go straight to Merkabah Academy. And I'm waiting for, we had server issues. So that's getting taken care of. So I appreciate everybody who support. This shit costs crazy money. But taking care of that. As I said, the app will be out, which will alleviate all the problems. It's going to be much simpler because everybody's on their phones anyway. A lot of people don't got time to sit in front of their computers. People's on the go. So the app will help out with everything and fix all our problems that we have on this side. But I appreciate everybody's support, everybody being patient with the whole process and understanding. Sometimes shit is not in your control. You basically, you only can do what you can do. So like I said, I appreciate everybody who's been supporting for over a decade, and it's been there. But a lot of y'all new cats be tripping. It's this new age. Not talking to anybody that's, in the 30s and just understand how shit used to be. You understand, like, damn, you got to work hard to get money and, to get ahead, and nobody's just going to hand you shit. This new age, this new breed of youngster is just tripping. They just think you're supposed to just, do on the strength. And it's just like, yeah, we've been doing the strength for a long time. We don't really get support from our people like we should. And, you're going to go support the white man before you go and support, your brother and sister. So, I feel like this stuff is valuable information, and the people who know, just that simple. This is something that, I know a lot of people worried about, rightfully so. My phone blew the fuck up when it happened. And, people who I talk to, I've been talking about this for a minute because, I see where it's going. I know where it's about to go, and I'm fucking hoping that it don't, and they segue away from it, which I kind of think they will, just because, like, it's modern times. Like, people in this day and age are not trying to see carnage on TV. Like, America can't deal with bombs falling in America or anything like that. I probably shouldn't have said that. That's going to fucking trigger algorithm probably. But people can't handle that type stuff here. It's just like, and it's the same over there. Like, we're more modernized. People, I don't want to say like we are sophisticated and civilized like we've been, but it's just a different time to where people are going to be more demanding on their government to stop this shit versus how it was back in, 1940s. And, that's one of the reasons why America entered the World War II. It's because the people, not just because of what happened with the accident, but it was just the people were more engaged in the press, and they took to the streets and they wanted it stopped because we had free press back then, and it was reporting on all the soldiers being killed. Same thing with Vietnam. And people were calling for, end of the war. And we're in that time now where we got social media and stuff is trending, and more people can just get out and say and put out information and make stuff, make sense. And this, stuff will get done, and they don't need that. So this has to be the biggest, convincing ever. Like, dude, this is what's happening. We need your support, and we have to go and do this, because just average person is just not going to, be down with us going to any type of war over there. But it's like everybody has been conditioned to understand we got to spank Russia at some point. Like Putin's out of hand. We got to go and spank them, and, American, fucking might and power, and just us being, cocky and just like proud of this country. And Putin basically saying what he's saying, like, yeah, whatever. And, we'll see. So the Ukraine, what do we really owe them, versus American lives? That's how some people want to look at it. But it's bigger than that, it's completely different agenda that they want to get off, which I said we'll talk about. So yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch, and thanks for everybody who's supporting. See you guys next video.